So we've got a unit of pterodons. We've got a shaman who has the ring of magic, a skink hero, 3 units of cold ones, a saurus hero on Carnosaur with the sword of might, a brigade of skinks, Croxigore skinks, 6 units of saurus, skink hero, slan, skink hero, skinks, Croxigore skinks, and pterodons.
The Kislev army. We've got horse archers with some bears behind. We've got a war wagon with 2 units of axemen and a unit of archers. We've got, there's a hero on a bear back there and a wizard there. Then we've got a brigade with winged lancers in front, horse archers behind. Another mixed brigade with a single unit of horse archers flanked by, single unit of winged lancers and flanked by 2 of horse archers. Tsarina in behind there. Then you've got another war wagon brigade with the same again, 2 axemen, 1 archers. Another hero, another wizard, and over there a last little brigade of 2 units of horse archers.
Okay, so my Cold One Knights were able to do a double bound, nice aggressive advance up to the midfield. We got a double bounce with the Croxigore Brigade, double bounce into a defensive position for the Saurus contingent, and another double bounce with the small Saurus contingent into defended positions. The Croxigore and Skink Brigade here moved up and they managed to find the relic on the first dice roll, which was quite lucky. And totally forgot my pterodons. Cast a spell to stop winged lancers charging, and also improved the Saurus armor save to a 4+. And that was basically my turn.
And over on this side of the table, it all went a bit wrong, really, with lots of armor orders being failed. So I pulled the wing lancers here back a bit in order to avoid getting charged too badly in the face by a big load of cold ones. The wizard tried to cast an icy blast, got it off, failed to do any wounds. Over here, failed order meant the war wagon brigade just stumbled forward 10. These guys didn't move at all. Tried a second order on these and failed to get the charge in. And over here, again, failed order with the war wagon who just stumbled forward. And the bears just had a single order, as did the cavalry. So, a bit of a stalled attempt from my side.
So the cold ones moved up into a bit of a defensive posture, and the Croxigore have moved up alongside them. The Saurus have just held their little Alamo. Over here the Saurus moved into defensive position along the fences. These were out of range and so didn't move, and the pterodons just moved up a little. Spell wise, cast a spell to Mazdami's Revenge to stop them charging, and I think that was basically it for me.
Okay, and from a Kislev perspective, a lot of failing of orders going on over this side again. The horse archers here moved on initiative, so they could shoot later. Failed order here, so the war wagon just plodded forward. The Tsarina failed, so nothing in the centre moved. Did manage to get this war wagon out and lagered, and we did manage to get these horse archers sneaking around the side. Then a bit of shooting and magic, so no casualties, but both of the end units of cold ones are confused as a result of shooting and magic. And the unit here, we drove one of them back from the fence, so but not too far, but the other unit got driven out of the field and ended up confused as well. So no casualties as yet in the game, but a little bit of shooting has disrupted things.
So it's semi-productive turn. These two units were confused, so couldn't do anything. The middle unit pushed on out into a flank position, failed their second order to get the charge on the flank in. This brigade has pushed forward as they're just not really doing much of anything there. These moved up into the fence again. These were confused, so couldn't do anything. These were out of range. Unit of Pterodons home backed to around here and then got a flank charge onto, well, what was the Axemen there, and then the other unit are pushed over to this side and awaited there. The cold ones that failed the charge I attached a shaman to, and with the Ring of Power cast Wings of the Jungle and got the flank charge into the side of the Axemen and the Archers. And this side failed to cast the Wings of the Jungle to get those into the flank there. And then the combat side, cavalry came in, managed to win the first round of combat but not do many wounds. Second round of combat took a standoff each because they were forced back into the war wagon, so they were destroyed. And on this side, the Pterodons won the first combat and destroyed two stands, but then the second stand was destroyed in the second round of combat, and they've fallen back to that position there, and the cold ones have fallen back to there.
So over here, Winged Lancers, glorious charging, took out a whole load of Saurus in the field over here, but at quite a heavy cost. There's one unit down to a single stand and another unit with two left, and they were forced to pull back and ended up between a rock and a hard place. They've ended up there for now. Over here, tried to get a charge in over here, failed it, tried to do some shooting, didn't do anything. The war wagon stalled again. These are actually up on the top of the hill, but they keep sliding down. They shot some arrows over the top and failed to do anything. Bit shooting here that killed us a skink, but not a lot else. Over here, more glorious Winged Lancer action, charged into the front of some colder ones, who, rather disturbingly, you'll see they are completely unharmed by the whole process and have in fact slid sideways with their reform and are now handily placed to take me in the flank on initiative. Not what I was hoping for. A little bit of drive backs from some more shooting at the back there. Over to the Lizardmen. So while Alan is on the loo, I will round up what happened. He charged over here with some cold ones, but bounced off. The horse archers hit him as they came in with some shooting, and then managed to do enough to just win the combat, and they're now lined up for cheeky flank charges. That, however, was the high water mark for the Kislevites. Over here, the war wagon held its ground whilst all around it men were slaughtered. Over here, a unit of winged lancers was mopped up in the rear, and over here, well, to be fair, the horse archers did okay here, or drew really. It was 2 stands lost each to the horse archers and the flyers, so hopefully we'll at least mop up the flyers next turn. But getting perilously close now to Kislev breaking point. So in the Kislev turn, we did manage to take a unit of cold ones out. We also managed to take a unit of flyers out over here, but that was about the high water mark. Soon after that, Alan managed to get charges in, went through some horse archers over on the hill there, finally got enough charging men in to be no more, to turn the war wagon into some kindling, and managed to do that in 2 rounds, so was then able to follow up into a couple of vulnerable stands there, which tipped me over the edge to break point. Victory to the Lizardmen.